superpowers, the things that you do best to better the world, to act in ways that to better the world. So today we're going to be speaking about a number of different things. I have a few keynote speakers today. Today we have Miss Abiola Abrams. She is a worldwide media correspondent. She's been on just about every network known to man, BBC, MTV, VH1, like just all over, spreading love and light. Pretty much she tells people, she helps to show people how they can be their best self. And that's what the #Hero is all about. And most recently, she's also an author. Most recently, she has been nominated for an African American Literary Award among the likes of Russell Simmons, T.D. Jakes, and Yala Vincent. So without further ado, I'd really like to introduce Miss Abiola Abrams here to speak to you guys today. So. Okay, this is not stiletto friendly. All right, so this is really, really cool. I'm so excited that we're doing this because usually when I'm giving talks, I am in, a boardroom or an auditorium full of, corporate people or whatever it is. And right now I'm here with my tribe. So it's like, yeah! Woo! Yeah, so I'm actually going to ask us all to begin with a woo! We begin like that because that is the international sound of people having fun. Can I get a witness? First of all, let's give it up for Ivy and for Chalkboard Tees and for all of us square pegs who are in the world doing things our way rather than trying to fit into everybody else's thing. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about how to stop playing small. And I only have a couple of minutes. I'm actually supposed to be somewhere else like right now in like 4 minutes. But when Ivy told me what she was doing, I was like, I have to be there, even if ever so briefly, because I so believe in what she's doing. And because who doesn't need to learn how to stop playing small? I want you to clap if you have a big dream that you are perhaps too afraid to even speak to some of the people who are closest to you. Clap if you're afraid of that. All right, clap if you have ever had the experience of feeling like an imposter, whether it's at your job or your relationships or whatever it is. Like if they knew who I really was inside, then, they may not want me as much. See, we're familiar with all of those things, and then we start to hold back in our lives. And see, the world needs us not more of us shrinking. As Marianne Williamson said, we're not really afraid of like, oh my God, what if I'm a mess up, basically, an F up. We're afraid of, oh my God, what if I really am that powerful? Oh my goodness, what if I really am that fly? Oh my goodness, what if I really am that brilliant? So I'm gonna just run through for you guys some really, really quick tips. I was like, okay, what can I do within like a 5-minute time span here with my tribe? And I was like, okay, I can run through some really quick tips from my new book, as Ivy said, the sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love. And I'm usually talking to just women, but I'm really excited that, that the men are here too, because we need everybody, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's talk first about the reasons why we play small, the reasons why we shrink in our own lives, the reason why some of us, may have a big dream like the Chalkboard tease people and say, oh, people are going to think I'm crazy. Or some of us may not we want to put on a superhero cape like Ivy and be there on the street telling people, yeah, you're a hero, but we don't have the guts to do it because we're afraid of who does he think he is or who does she think she is. So some of the reasons why we stop playing, why we play small to begin with. All right, we play small because we think that the rules will keep us safe. All right, I have news for you. No one is safe. There is no safety. So the idea that, and I'm right there with you. I have a very expensive brain. Got my undergrad degree, got my master's degree, have my coaching certification, lots of really pretty things for my mom, most of which have very little to do with what I was already doing before I went and got all of the degrees. And it's because we think that, playing small is going to keep us safe. But outside of your safety zone is where you want to be, because there's no safety anyway. It's an illusion. And really what the rules are designed to do is to keep other people safe from your brilliance. See, when you're following along and you're going along with the status quo and you're doing what whoever they is in your life, say that you should be doing, they feel good. Everyone else feels safe. And so you playing small serves the status quo. It doesn't serve you. Another reason, you're afraid. Now everybody just said, duh, Abiola, of course we're afraid. It's terrifying. And so what I want to tell you is that you don't wait until you're not afraid in order to reach for your goals. You do it while you are afraid. Because the guarantee isn't that you're going to do it and be wildly successful. You may fall on your face. You may make an idiot of yourself. You may be standing on a box where people can see up your skirt. All kinds of things can go wrong. There is no guarantee, but you still do that. You still feel that. You still acknowledge that and move forward toward your big goal or your big dream. We are afraid because we believe that we are flawed at the source. Anybody ever have the feeling deep down inside like, okay, maybe something's just wrong with me. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe something, well, here's the thing. The same thing that made you, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe it to be, the same thing that created you, created the stars, created the trees, created all of the brilliance that we have around us. And so you are not the one flawed thing in the universe. It's just not possible. It just isn't. We are playing small because we have a low happiness or a low success set point. And so that's what happens when we see our lottery winners. You know, they win a big windfall and they're like, woohoo, I won. And then a year later, they're broke, they're homeless, they're on drugs, or whatever it is. And it's easy to laugh at them because their situation seems extreme. But how often do we self-sabotage? How often do we, get an opportunity for a promotion, whatever that is in your career, or someone says, hey, you should apply for this grant, and you say, yeah, and then you never show up, or you do a half-assed job that isn't what you feel, what you know you could be capable of because you're afraid. Then you can use to yourself the excuse, well, I didn't really go for it. I didn't really do it. Well, if I wasn't wearing that, or if I would have done whatever, we set it up for ourselves in a way to sabotage ourselves, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we want to stop that, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We also play small because we think that living in our shine will make us less lovable. We have our moms or dads or whatever caretakers that raised us that meant well, that wanted, again, to keep us safe. And so we're afraid that if we really came home and we're like, yeah, here I am, that people would go, and maybe not love you so much as if you were, the doctor, the lawyer, the nurse, whatever acceptable thing that you were supposed to do. We also haven't given ourselves permission to stand out, right? So you have to give yourself permission to shine. Because if you don't, in your head, we're replaying the old tapes. Like for me, it's like I remember in 3rd grade, I had a situation where this one woman, Marissa Gilliam, yes, that was her name, she won the storytelling contest and she got to go on this big trip, and I was stuck in the classroom, doing whatever because I didn't have the courage to tell the story and win the contest. And so should that be holding me back 30 years later in my life? No, obviously not. But we all have those things, those ways that we decided who we are, based on our childhood experiences. And so it's time to let a lot of that go. The 8th reason why we play small, is that a lot of us have experienced failure. It happens if you live long enough. It hurt, and we're like, I don't want to be hurt again. And so you don't do it again. But what I want to dare each of us to do is to step into that failure, that risk of failure, step into that risk of falling on your face, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, surround yourself with like-minded people, spread your dreams under the feet of people who are doing it, because a lot of times we tell people, we're like, oh, I told that person about my dreams and they didn't believe in me. And when you look at the person, maybe they don't even believe in themselves, so how are they going to believe in you? And don't be afraid. And if you are, still do it anyway, because you have a whole tribe of your kick-ass brothers and sisters. Look around, none of us is alone who are doing it with you. And so I wish that I could give you more, but that is, a good place to start. please definitely be in touch with me. You'll find me wearing the cape like Ivy and wearing the chalkboard tees at AbiolaTV.com, where the TV stands for Transformation and Victory. And I look forward to seeing the videos of everything exciting that happens tonight. Thank you.